Chachobado Dani Jasochi, Dagi Chushin Give Sananje, Dola Pejre Sanje Druba, Sanje Chudan Soji Samama, Chachobado Dani Jasochi, Dagi Chushin Give Sananje, Dola Pejre Sanje Druba. Evarma Sinja Tamachi Jetundo Sanji Guru, Chinyan Tobacha. The Shadow of Wish a number of us, and Yam, Golon, Chachu, said, was never said that Sambara show.
One would attain state of enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. For that very purpose, listen to the teaching. So please correct your motivation likewise in the bodhicitta to attend to the teaching.
Sanje Chuchi Tsem, Moji Chilavrita, Laju Sunde Tsarida, Laju Sunde Nemego, Laswados Liji Shitus, Jadidon Hiji Shede, and Dire, all kind of Lamecha Lamik sword of the day. Can't Lamek Lamik sword, they don't need some Ishi, the sword of the Boguyor. They were none of the other Dobadi Sonju Yiza, and the Liji Ishi, they don't Liji. Devata Tombani with the Toshiri. Sanaga Lamko goes to the Karamu, so Nijala so Suna the Ishi so inside the Guyori. Devacha and Suna so, Tombacha the Ishi so G the so rich and soya Zanio, Kadrich and Sony Sonju Shadari. The days of Sanaga Lam, Yogu at the period. Shevaji Pure in and around by enjoyed the Pune, enjoyed the Pachin Tirigo so Chosama, Yala Jede. That is a Tibetan zone that or the regular Variji Punamato, they don't go Shiday. Saldon Sayamarwa.
So, the subject which we are going to, the teaching section, now receiving of the 4 initiations. Now, they will make the request to the old lineage gurus and to give us the transmit or bless us to receive pristine awareness of the non-duality of bliss and void, or simultaneously generated bliss and void, or in Tibetan, Dedong Hejitivi Shi. That so now this Dedong, De as bliss and Dong void, are the wisdom of the non-duality of bliss and void that serves as the life force of the tantric practice. That it is the life force of the whole course of the Tantra and union of the bliss and void. The Sungjuk or the Yugunada of the bliss and void is the life force. So that's our whole purpose of Tantra practice. And in Tantric practice, that because of the bliss, we accumulate meritorious, we earn meritorious accumulations. Because of the void, we earn the incidental accumulation or the Dhyana Sambara. So thus, every practice enables us to earn both the accumulation of the meritorious accumulation and accumulation or realization of the insights. So because of this method, because of this that it makes the tantric practice speedier in terms of attaining enlightenment. To be able to do all the practices by the incorporation of wisdom of bliss and void. And like for instance, in present paramidhyana, that if you make an offering of the water bowl with the water, with 8 qualities of water and so on, blessing that with the mantra of the offering and so on, but since it can be blessed with the, offered with the wisdom of non-duality, bliss and void, that whereas the ability to do so, the ability to offer any kind of offering with the wisdom of non-duality, bliss and void, makes the tantric practice faster and speedier attaining enlightenment, and enable us to earn both kinds of sambara or the accumulation at the same time.
Bajin TV goes to Donia Dobe Davadi Chivari, Donia Haka goes to Donia Charger Don Severton Yomari, Yomari, Eugene the Ochim with the Medi. The other Lebe, Pajin TV goes to Shene Ru, the Shenjong the oil depend on Mari. Donia goes to the Najak the oil, the Eddie Don Joseph Pentomari. So Judy Omosungi Goso, Soju down with the oil, Tiggy the Don Joseph Pentomari. Lame Corona, the Don around Sudada, the Don Gishis de Adi.
So, in terms of objective emptiness, that there's no difference in the subtleties between the Prajna Paramidhyana and Tantra. The objective emptiness, we can't make a distinction in terms of the subtleties between the both. But objective. But subjective-wise, that subjectively, then the difference happened between the Prajna Paramidhyana and Tantrayana, Mantrayana, because of the subjective, the great bliss mind, as that comprehends the emptiness, that excels. Otherwise, objective, the emptiness on itself, there's no distinction in terms of that's just the same in both schools. And like for instance, in this Sutrayana, that when one attains the calm abiding or Shine or the calm abiding Shamatha, there's a bliss of the suppleness of one's body and suppleness of one's mind and so on, but that kind of bliss is not adequate. Or when one attains the direct non-conceptual understanding of emptiness, there's bliss of the equipoise in Sutrayana, but that too is not adequate. Kind of bliss we are talking about here is the great bliss which we talk about Mahananda Yoga Tantra. So taking that blissful mind as subject, comprehending on the emptiness and inseparability of the same, that makes this practice speedier in terms of attaining enlightenment.
Gawa, Choga, Chega, Liji, Gawashi, Sani, Gawa, Tardo, Liji, Gawa, Tirango, Lameki Languso.
So, when we say or to join the bliss and void, join the bliss and void, the kind of the bliss and void which we are trying to join, the blissful mind, that should be in Mahananda Yoga Tantra. As you know, there are 4 kinds of bliss: the bliss, the supreme bliss, exceptional bliss, and innate or the spontaneously generated bliss, right? So here, kind of bliss we're talking about is that the 4th one, the what necessary bliss is the 4th one, simultaneously generated bliss.
Sude Jebego, the Sota, the Lama Teta, the Equal Charlie, the Zoo, the Jebego, the Jawata. They don't hit you, she did Tana, Jirun, the Ginger Losu, Kusun to Chichello, Chushu, Samaro, Mivachi, Chigalama, Sude, don't worry.
So, when we make requests, then we request that please bless me to be able to receive, to be able to receive the pristine awareness of the simultaneous generated bliss and void, right? Non-duality, bliss and void. And that when we do that, making requests to the gurus and old chronicles of the gurus, that try to make a strong wish that please make me worthy of, very worthy recipient of the same, or make me fertile to receive that wisdom, and please grant that wisdom this very moment inside me, or transmit that.
단 라마 성수어도 대전 해지지 시대 요구주의 지와 진실로 나스전 지와 그 정주 나로 나스 수쇼 수주디라래.
So receiving the nectars from whatever guru you are trying to concentrate, and you receive their blessings and purify the negativities and start to think you are made the worthy recipient and you receive the same. And when you try to finally, when we reach the one's root guru, the one root guru to whom we owe all three great gratitudes, that from him that we should focus our whole attention on the root guru at center, and with very forceful devotion that we should request for the receiving of this.
단 라주신데서 온시 전업 등에지 온시 전업인데 셰시지들이다. 등에지 온시 전업데 니마르를 제토나 야나 내요. 다다네디 고이죠. 라마초 등부는 저도 라마 사송된 사디 어제 가마티서 린다 지자존에 온시 전업데 등에지 온시 전업에 대체 주존에 대해 고이죠. 가든 라자타라 온시 전업 중이는 너무 더워서 망그래. 대지기네 대야 다쳐요. 야 대마이메 가르소래. 너무지다만이 라면 내조기 오이젤로 지기네 오이젤로 도모 고쳐버려.
So
니마라 오이젤로 사르를 맞아나 온기 초노 버렸으네. 야 온기 젤로 배마 온 수자비 젤로도 좀 누구야 이면 가르치고 있는 지스기어티. 대인상 오이젤로 사르를 마셔보고 나도 너번에서 사르를 먹으니 소시들이.
So then after that we comes on the session, we request for the and to make us worthy of receiving, or the fertile to receive the same, and try to think you purify negativities and you receive the that wisdom of non-duality of bliss and void. And now the taking of the four initiation, entitled in Tibetan as the blessing of the four initiations to the equipoise, mental equipoise, four initiations, receiving of that, okay, through the blessing. Now, this is the section where we do it in this practice, and it is very wonderful to do it. Or if you say the Lama Choba prayer, you will find that after we said that you are my guru, you are my all my Buddhas, you say that, and right after that it follows taking of the four initiations, equipoise initiation to the blessing, in the form of blessing, you do that. Or if you do it through the Kandal Hajama, the 100 host guard of the Tushita Pure Land, in that too, it is fairly lengthy. Again, that has our most wonderful section on this taking of these four initiations to the equipoise meditation. Now, or in Siddhamantara too, you'll see the same section on taking of these four initiations. So wherever you do, you should try to do it at least once every day. Then if you could do so, then they're saying that non-discontinuity of the stream of the initiation, then non-discontinuity of the stream of the initiations thus maintained. So it is extremely helpful that if you could do it. And most of us who have these initiations before, we do it not only once, but 2 or 3 or even 4 or 5 times each day. So we should try to do it at least once. Then if you don't, maybe that discontinues the stream of initiation we have received. So whatever, but it is very important part of the practice. So the Wang Shi Chinlap, please get the Tibetan Wang Shi as 4 initiation and Chinlap as blessing. Blessing of the 4 receiving the initiation to the blessing, 4 initiations to the blessing. And that in Gandhan Haitya, which we read now, that does not have it. these days we are trying to say the shortest of the short Ganden Haiti.
다 원시 제로가 돈달에 소화도 그래. 전에 군도 라마라 소원돼서 진실로 원시 조벌 고와도 고지고 뭐 자도 수 차송을 그래.
So now we are requesting to grant us the requesting for the give us the initiation for the blessing of the 4 initiations into us, and we say the prayer 3 times. Should
단딜라 미바 제로텔라 내 담부든 데는 고디 랑게 자라마르쇼 이거 자라마르 온고 코로나스 자니바가 자라마기 타기 주베라마스라 온고 코로나스 수베가스 주베라마스가 자라마르 제노 코로나스 오시야 오디션에 내 담부 자라마르스와 니베 자라마르 주베라마스루스 주베라마스기 아니 야 손베고서 저벨라마 지는 고쇼 노와르부터 제야니 so 노베 데레 인수하지요.
So here as it says that O Gurus, incorporating all objects of refuge to you, I may request, bestow on me, please waves of inspiring strength, confer on me fully the 4 empowerments, and bestow on me, please the enlightened state of 4 Buddha bodies. So we say 3 times, the first one directed to the root guru. When we repeat 2nd time, the root guru asks the lineage gurus if any one of them would make the oath, and on 3rd, try to think that all lineage gurus request to the root guru for him to give the 4 initiations.
전에 건도라마 라소한테 어디서 고주고마 저도서 소하다고 자벨라메 셴게 주벨라마서도 수용고 지시베 묘체고 다연히 근데 진짜 멜로마도 온고로는 세야그 서르지래 미버지.
So when we say it for the first time, this line, the first time we fold our hand and concentrate on the root guru, and we request him to all of them to give us this initiation. And upon such a request, the visualization that you should try to think the root guru, he just give a glance or looks around the lineage gurus and say, what shall we do, that who would just give an initiation to my disciples, just in that kind of gesture, visualize him looking around, giving a look around the lineage gurus.
자니번 되고도 아니 저라 주벨라마 속에 지기지를 집에가 버지 무슨 근데 누구서 도시상 바우도션을 제고요다 도시상에 내줘만지 내줘마게 반팀벌지 매번 나르바 반팀만 지메다기 너무 로자 아마로 사진 공원 지기지를 시 마지 누구요 고스 고로로 지기지를 시 저제를 써야 그다 마고 가르치자세 백가르나베 천년되시래. So
when we say while we are saying for the 2nd time, then try to think that the lineage gurus, that they try to look at each other. For instance, the great Vajradhara looks at Vajra Yogini, and Vajra Yogini down to the Narupa, and Narupa to the Jigme Thakpa, and then Ngawan Thakpa, the Lodi Sherazekpa, and so on. They just look at each other down as if to discuss that shall we give the initiation or not, that in that informal conference amongst them. So this is more like conference, and make the completion of all of them giving a look at each other. So upon the 3rd request, then they all come to agreement, more like an agreement that, and all of a sudden, every one of the old lineage gurus, they they look at the root guru at the center and requesting that please you take the you give the initiation to the disciple.
Ne manzo chi tambo shiduge songshei. La be songshei dire. Peche nala tsawe lama ge tambo de tsawe lama ga goma shibe suru chi si. Nibe gole jube lama su tsawe lama le ya nawa trebe su chi si. Sombe goso nire nibe goso tsawe lama koran suku yonko imada nibe goso mare tambu goso rangu tsawe lama le yasho nibe goso tsawe lama jube lama la gororo chisi sombe goso jube lama suku ya tsawe lama la si sunga chi mato kadu nambe surubuti pesha kashi na meyo di da kari chene rigu yore pesha yamba suna ya ali tambu chene kondo lama sa tsawe lama la sho nibe goso tsawe lama chen gororo lama hasi sombe goso kangalo ya nawa trebe surubusi chene ta pesha nala yuwa izan rigu yore tāyā sōngchōng rīpa chīgān tāmbū yā shudhū nirīpa shivā sāng tsāvā lāme mā gōrō sī nīpē kōsō kādhū nāvā sōrīpa chīgī chīla sī chāni chāni khurmū sī sōmbē kōsō chūyī chāma nā āni tsāvā lāma dā yā sī āni shīna ngōshī chāla nāyā dī mīpa dī sōngshē lī tūmba dhīrī ādā kāndā chīgān dhīrē chīgī mīpa yā huchā.
So this way of doing is the teaching I received when I got the teaching for the first time. During my first teaching, then my teacher transmitted me this very excellent teaching that in second round they make a discussion, and third the old lineage gurus look at the root guru and then as if they have made an agreement that he should give the initiation. And whereas in the regular other texts that they also say, like when we first round, when we say we make a request to the root guru, and when we say second time, the root guru give a look around the lineage gurus, and when we say for third time, then the old lineage gurus look at the root guru and as if to request that he should be giving the initiation. So in the second kind, that they don't really stress on the making of the discussion or conference type, but they both are or same. But the first one is my instruction on this practice. When I received for the first time, I received that instruction.
어디 다 소와도 시소와도 답이셨는 다 시소와도 라메트고 올레 드즈 오제 가고 추스는 왜 드즈 오제 누워 어야 티게 가셔도 드즈요 오제요 말이 티게 비서 가셔나라 드즈 가고 추스면 또 오제 매해요
so
매용데 드즈 오제 가고 추스 코로 저 비서 나지 년남 코로베 하정 거 야보요 비서인데 so I think it's a legit yebe kagun be yodo medo drudi ya lamado chogbe doji zuma none daje jebanya be kaju du nyelamde si chega chile gyoza mege fusu so de ke jore te ganzo doro chigo mari te gongji de rimba de wi rimba ya lamado chago sore neju juji sangzi chiso ja yore.
So that here as it starts that from an arm on the forehead of my guru are immediate white nectar and rays of light. And nectar and rays of light. That in some there is no nectar, but there should be nectar. In some texts it does not mention the nectar, but as it is in this text of the Dechin Nyelam, that which is compiled by the great Kyabje Pabunka. And Kyabje Pabunka, when he made the presentation, compiled this text, referring to the great text by the great Wangshu Rabdin and so on, that he made sure that he hasn't omitted any. So single fraction of the wording in this text of the Dechin Nyelam is so well presented, that every single word in this text carries the meaning fully, and but we choose not to say it. We always try to bargain that I should be allowed to say the shorter one. Anyway, the shorter one too is by Pabunka, and that also contains just all the complete version of the 11 yoga. But this one, longer version, this is really very remarkably presented, that every word in it carries the meaning fully. So now as a practice, because of our mission is to attain the clear light, illusory body, and Yucca, right? Our whole mission or the goal of the practice is to attain the clear light, illusory body, and Yucca, which comes in the later in our practice of the Dzogchen or the completing stages. And the Yucca or the union of the clear light and the illusory body, and Yucca that itself is of two kinds, the Lobe Sunju, which is called still learners Yucca, and Milopa, which means non-still learners Yucca. And also illusory body is of two, the actual and the, I'll get to, English later for that. Pure and impure, yeah. Pure and clear light, impure clear light, and pure clear light. Illusory body, perfect, imperfect illusory body, and perfect illusory body.
Noji simbe goni kole toga ne duzi kabi je oje mene oje gore duzi oje nyanyu gore goya kare asene oje tike sonju oje dugu yore duzi tike jelu dugu yore chana oje jelu sonju dugu yinza sandi ba phajo de shebe jelu majo de shebe oje ni kabi yondu sandi ji so ya mare asene ndado sanje ji thomu mai ya jobe jo zo thomu mai ba oje ra de thomu mai ba se mare dine Sanje koto toni gu so doya de rojani chanyore an direnya je gente sande je so yamare anyasne kes o tusre pela deze oze kabu chus so la mejo on le deze oze kabu chus deze de chonuje oze de obanoje kala noje deze oze kodo nalba deze yo oze da deze inja rang jiwo so ne luji dirijam.
So now the nectar and rays of light, as it comes here, that we must try to do the both, because that our main aim, as I told you earlier, is for the attainment of the illusory body and clear light, right? And so receiving of the nectar and the rays, the nectar enabling us to attainment of the illusory body, and light for the clear light. And here in this section, and also in the Vajrasattva practice, you may just, in the wording, you might find sometimes mention of just the light, but you can also receive the nectar, like the pipe and the water. The light should work like a pipe, and nectar running right through the pipe. So, and coming to the crown of one's crown aperture. So that as we have to try to attain the illusory body and maintain the illusory body and clear light, and through that then attaining the Yucca or the Sunjuk or the union. and maintaining of such a practice together. That's why we say the practice of the Guru Samaja, Heruka, and Yamantaka all together. So because our whole aim is to attain the three kayas of the Buddha, right? And the attaining of the union with kaya is their primary cause, is the illicit body and the clear light. And because of attainment of them, then eventually we have to attain the two kayas of the Buddha. So thus we to able to mature ourselves to become the qualified recipient. Now we have to sow the seed right now to receiving nectar and light. And light here like a pipe, and nectar, water rushing through it.
This is a young boy, Yana was a by the Tramba, Koduna, this body, the Boyada. Yaman was a Tabanosh. This is Kodama, Jimmy Money. Tabadel Chudney Monosh. The legend the Boy. Me by Chad the Boy. The Majan, Salalama, Yaki, Kongi, the Shoyori. They told the disciple around to Jay Chilu de. They bought the younger, a little chakawi.
So, that here, that we have two choices, like when we receive nectar and light, that either we use the light as the medium, like a pipe and the nectar coming through it, or the light working like a thread and water just rolling around it and dripping or right into our forehead, inside our crown of head. If we don't have the medium of the light, then we may have a little problem. For instance, with visualization, the root gurus are right in front and you are on this side, and if they drink water, then they'll fall right in front of you, not on the crown of your head. So you can use the light as medium, either rushing through or along it. So, so now the as it says here, they dissolve into my forehead, purify the black karmic debts or the negativities and obstacles concerning my body, and confer the various initiation and blessings of the Guru's body and to my body. You know, it just fills up to your neck and with the white nectar and cleanses all one's negativities and purifies the obstacles and so on. Now that here, that message seems to be easy, but main thing is that you should work on your visualization. So that is what we should work on. That message itself is not easy to communicate. So now from the at the throat of my Guru are the immediate red nectar and rays of light, and they dissolve into my throat, purify the black negativities and obstacles concerning the speech and confer the secret empowerment, as it says here, right? And you receive the secret empowerment, and red light received and fills up to your heart. And the Guru's speech, the blessings of the Guru's speech enters one's speech. So now the word one, which we translate as initiation in English, the one which means to have control over or to have the authority, authorized. That what we are authorized after receiving this initiation, but because of receiving as a virtue of receiving the race initiation, we are authorized to carry on our practice of the Gerim, and because virtue of receiving the initiation of the secret, we are authorized or we gain the authorization to carry on the practice of the Zogrim. And it lays the seed to attain the result, the Sambhoga Kaya. From whom at the heart of my Guru are the immediate blue nectars and rays of light, and absorb into my heart. And along with nectars and rays of light, they fills just above my navel and receives the wisdom empowerment and purifies the negativities of the mind. So it says that what we are authorized, or what authorization we got, is that to cultivate the messenger, which other way of saying is that we are now empowered to, authorized to meditate on the clear light. Now a seed laid, imprinted on us is to accomplish the Choku or the Dhammakaya of the Buddha. Now again, from the 3 spots of the Guru, that instantaneously that we receive the nectar, white, red, and dark blue. The earlier we received them sequentially, right? All those 3. Now we receive them simultaneously from all 3 of them, and enters through all 3 places. There's the crown head, neck, at the center of our hearts. And our entire body inside is filled with the nectar and lights. And all the negativities and obscurations, along with their latencies and seeds and dormants, are purified. Or receive the 4th initiation, the most precious 4th initiation is we are authorized authorized to meditate on the inconceivable path. And lay the instinct or seed to actualize or to achieve the result, the ngonyugu or the Swabhavikaya.
Oh yeah. Tandi kajime daju ne yoba koran na yin da gare. Lan samicha gumala onsa samicha de anzu samicha tumo ma imba siage. O deve ko le sanu ta ti jigo sang to jiyo mare. De samicha sia de la so noncho samicha, tongcho samicha, soju samicha sia. Be todo yini soju gumala onsa de la re. Sanji sun jiware mi da sho ma to. So now on the 4th one, we heard that we are authorized to meditate on the inconceivable, right? Most inconceivable. That we shouldn't be limited to just thinking, it could mean the inconceivable yoga or anything like that. It does not mean that. There's inconceivable nangcho, the appearance, inconceivable tongcho or the voidness, inconceivable sungju or the yugunada. It meant that we are authorized to meditate on the inconceivable sungju or the sungju samikya. So thus, that it is just naming. lama jebi sheshe de zobare.
So when we are through with the blessings of the receiving the blessing and Wang Shi Chen Lep, the 4 initiations and the blessing, receiving in the form of blessing, receiving 4 initiation in the form of blessing, that then up to here, then we are through with the generation of the Guru. Now next follows the absorbed merger of the Guru into oneself.
Ta nide chedu sheshe sum jawre. Lama jibi sheshe thar. Ta lama timbi sheshe.
As we talked yesterday, that during the teachings on the weight of 2, in bracket, teachings on Vajra Yogini, that there are 3 sheshis, or the 3 specialties we have to. Now the first one, that is the generation of the Guru, that we are. Now second one, the merger of the Guru into oneself.
Ta lama jibi sheshe kasa yiga lama zo lama do sanje doji sha jeya de da kor ba do ja jeya de ma jebi ne onji je la ma zo go ba de lama jibi sheshe re. Ah yeah.
So now the first sheshe, that is the first, there are 3 we said, right? The first sheshe, or the accept practice. Now the beginning with the generational root guru and lineage gurus and all those, that is the first generation of the gurus.
Ta lama timbi sheshe de kadere sin du su sanje jingo tangje jingo lama rujla so de so sia cha su lo.
So now the next sheshe, or the practice, that the merger of the Guru into oneself. Now make this request 3 times, as it starts on page 9 of my. I make request to you, precious Gurus, who are essence of all the Buddhas 3 times. You know, make that request 3 times, very forcefully from the depths of your heart.
Dagaju jinji lo de sa do. Dagaju doa. Dagaju jinji lo de su rangju jinji lo ro chi jo. Te kana ju jinji ko des lo go des na. Dagaju sia de kares ta to na do shen wo jo na.
So now the don't you see that it says, I request you, please bestow on me, bestow on my mind stream waves of inspiring strength, or it says Shinjilab, I would say that please transform my mind stream. Okay, then how he is to transform our mind stream, that what is that mind stream? If possible, we should know that properly.
Jawdu jawsi jodu lama do go shuru bichi namasu chasi jo tagi jo jinji lo sigayore. Lama dimba go do su sanje ti go lama bichi lo so dagi jo jinji lo do su buku chunyu ye she ne kora neji yangji yin sha sha neji yin sha sha sigayore nang do kene yome shingu ma re ju sha garina.
So now we all say now for the waves of inspiring strength, I'm using the word transform, okay, for the waves of inspiring strength. We always say, please transform my mind stream and transform my mind stream. Even a little child who is saying this prayer, they say it. But what kind of thought it arises in your mind? Have you ever questioned, what do I mean by that?
Jews here, the career, the Sanlush Kober, the career which you Kui Jew the Chichio, Rang Jew the Chadam Musuyor, Kashek Jew the Debachimuyor, Kashek Jew the Kondu Sabuyor, Kashek Jew the Jambachimuyor, Kashek Jew Sina Sabuyor, Kashek Jew the Yudenchimuyor, Sanjay Jew the Namatanji Chimbi Ishi Yor, Jew said you the Jew the career, Midaya Yomariko.
So now that mind stream, we say like the, now I'll say where it comes in Tibetan, his mind stream has lots of 3 persons delusions. That his mind stream has lots of devotion. Say his mind stream has lots of benevolence, or his mind stream has lots of the miserliness, or his mind stream has lots of wonderful realizations, Or in the mind stream of Buddha, he has omniscience. We say that, right? So, but when we really have to trace down what that mind stream is quite hard to pinpoint.
That Jew said, Jude, go. Judy Ju said to the night, Judy, because I mean, June la. Judy Jewish George, because I Judy mini G, so you don't joy, Java sees George in the G. Then I Judy, Marzuko Toma, Mabana, you must say something to wear, Judy. Change the logo said, Temato, Kadu, Che, Pumata, Jushi, be Onshirabo, so the Chijilo Jan, Corondoya, Marilla, Inza, Tembuya Marva, things are Jews here, the wrong Jew. Shed travel, Luma Yusu did that, shed travel, Luma Yusu to do, Toma Meba, the Hude King, shed travel, Sim, Joachima Panu, Sim Kota Nandu, Lugo, Sim King, Simili, Moji, Yabachu, Lung, shed travel, Lung, then you may do. Shed travel long to Colong is a Rujiju and Ruju and Cola, long Roya called Darachi or Dangchi, Dang de Naga Savere. Says Luma is from Shed travel, Luma is Toma Ben, Danabada you, that's Sanjay Salia and Tawa is a Cochinjilo Gubiori. Change a Lolo, Gorilla, Loro Chishubi or Sena, Tanakaji, Tanapensia, Madabachi, was called the Cham, Ramazan Mavach and the Tadoine, then the Zan Mava.
So that stream, as we are talking about, right, mind stream, and in Tibetan, please get the word Tibetan down. And as you see, that same word used for Tantra, the gu shi, again, same word is used in Tantra. That same word used there and here is same. But what really meant is the stream or the continuity or stream, okay? That gun, which is stream or the continuity. So here, that what we are requesting to bless us is the stream of our mind or that continuity of our mind.
That Judy say Judy Judo. Tangaras Judy Judy, Rang Judy, Rang Judy, Toma Bamani Omega. So
like when we request to transform our mind stream, we're not requesting to, it is not just requesting for the transformation of our five sensory cognitions or our skandhas and so on, which are temporary, right? Even if they're transformed, they don't last, they leave behind. But the kind of transformation we're looking for is the transformation of our subtle mind, the subtle three bodies of ourselves. That the subtlest body, subtlest mind, and the subtlest speech. For instance, like our subtlest body, our mind, which has come from since the beginner's time, and which came to this moment, and from here, which will connect with the next life and goes onward, and which we intend to go all the way up to enlightenment. Now we are requesting to transform that mental stream, that mind stream. So since that mind, now it has a conveyance or vehicle, the subtlest wind on which it rides, with which it travels, and that is our subtlest body. So because of the wind and its movement, there's sound produced, that's the speech. So the body, speech, and mind, all those three are what we are trying to request to bless and transform. And which is impure so far, we're requesting to make it pure.
제가 저기 단다 폐랑 알아서 저 마다 연내매 저 싫어 요다 제가 단다 폐기 저 마다 바디 다 깨지 가면 저 마다 바디 진실럽네 깨지 치면들 저다 넘버다 바지는 진실로로지 있어 처제가 나시 넘버 가부 레 가부로 가인이 지 가부지 가부래 nalmachi juya don't mamu chadi. The Ganoji, Jude, so Yabanoji, Chingy Lavani, Mary Ju Madaba, number Tabachilla, Judon Ronos, Shuyori.
So we're requesting to transform, bring a transformation in my impure mental mind stream, that into a pure mind stream. That just like we were to dye a cloth, which is white in the and we dip in a dye and comes out red or whatever dye we have put that in. In the same manner, we're requesting to transform our mind, which is soiled, and transform our mind, which is matakpa, which means impure, and to transform that into pure mind stream, and that's what we are requesting for him to do.
So the Lama Timba is a Taguchi Juva Lamana, which Lamaliatim.
So now next is the merger of the guru into oneself, right? All the gurus who are surrounding the root guru, they merge gradually into the root guru at the center.
Juba Yatimulu Tela Lama. Jube Lama, Shamasu Yatamali Yatimbelosuchi, Damas Mantimbelosuchi, Yori. Cheta Yamare Dine, Juba Yatim Timbe Mabachia, Juba Tujini, the Chebra Yube, Shemba Yamare. Tuji Tachimuche, Kongo Juba, the Namatasu Juba is a Dea Dujavaina, the Regiment. Tuji Juba Mantimbe Salodonani, Tuji Juba Korea, Tuji Unzo Imbe Suruchani, Kunilbe, Chevre Mebe Sound the Shoe, Koyachi. So is that Tuji Juba Tim Sadore, Jubelama Koma, Omal Timbeco, Tin the Yaga years, Dugi Jawadish, Najamal Tim, Najama, Narudaval Tim, Narudaba the Pentima Jime Javalti, then Maho Javalti, then Loja Shirati, Melo Luru Javalti, that's what me that woman.
So now merger of the guru into oneself, right? The second step. Now there's two ways of doing that. They're either from the root guru, from the top to the from beginning to the one's root guru, or the immediate one's lineage guru to the main one, and then to the root guru. Okay, in both cases, like the first, as the Tibetan word used tulsi, as as every one of them bring the emanation of the root guru, or emanation of the great the former ones. So thus, if we merge them, who has emanated them back to one who emanated, and that also helps us our realization that they both being of same, right? They both being of same. Him being the emanation of the earlier deity, whereas when we do the other way, the Vajradhara into Vajra Yogini, and Vajra Yogini into the Narotapa to the Pamdimba brothers, and back down, then we feel that one who emanated dissolves into his own emanation. This even works better in the sense that they both are of the equal excellence, that emanated himself is also being the very much of the equal level of that what he emanated. So that's why here we either we dissolve his own emanation back to the emanator, or the emanator back into the emanation. So the emanator back into the emanation. This time we do this way, and down to the immediate.
다 rinja to donga kane ne ribakini mato de ya zola tingube ruje kongdu je ne shira ke kongse sa yo mare misho de inji mare ta li thusya ta zala mal deva gongure te la mal be shira deva je ne be
sangdu ko ji
te yu sho te shemu bo yu shi ge je ne tingu ji ma ta li ge ma she de ma tingu mare ta 자외라마 등사서 자외라마 대화 쉬치무 공부에 자외라마 배상제 탐제 뒤에 다니 뒤에라마 가게 다니 나베 코아당에 소를 좁을 집에 렘바 라마 매는베 람 장출 고폰을 해지지도 파다리자 베세베 동에 세주시다도 파다리 고에 동에 자에 베 동에 도데바마 동에 셴바자에 요거 말이 추게 넘어자에 지 도고 말이 당아베 주베 텔 동에도 디와 모시 요게디 모시 teне soga tane pengi yone sama lama di me kadin le di cho ta do ine sama je ba to khona ra ge kadin ge jong go khen chi yin sa je sung kon di risa ta sa riwe be phama do ta gar chen ne je ne kon di be riwe je ne chi bu khong yi samar bi je sam lu de ngo ne ta ne je ne yo ri mu gong re go ne de ba lang la ji ne ya be lama ge li ya cha yo do bi che tene ge be 녀마 참고도 배대바 공부를 그러면 이제 대바 가서 공샤네 배마 침불에 너 대바도 배마 치그래 공제주 너도 봐 공부를다.
So here then all the lineage guru, right, when they have merged emanated into the emanation, then back into the root guru at center, then there's like some say the merger of his whole throne and so on into the root guru himself. Now here, before we do the merger of the root guru, we should work on our devotion to the root guru. That first our knowledge of him being the emanation of or embodiment of the entire refuge, in him being the embodiment of the old Buddhas, him being the embodiment of all the teachings, him being the embodiment of all the supreme community and so on. And also most important thing, that him being the source of my whole inspiration, that him being the source of my enlightenment, him being the source of my knowledge about law, cause and effect, that he who has oriented me into the teachings, that he who taught me what is right and what is wrong, he who taught me how to be compassionate, he who taught me how to develop the bodhicitta for the sake of other sentient beings, he who taught me my knowledge into the worldly existence, he who warned me about the predicaments forward ahead of me and how to save myself from them, he who showed me the right paths and my little knowledge, whatever I share, whatever I have about compassion, whatever knowledge I have about law, cause and effect, that my only way of saving my knowledge about how to safeguard myself against suffering and so on, every one of those knowledge I owe it to that root guru who has made that possible through whose kindness coming at my level and giving me these teachings that I became at least to be called a religious, leading a way of life of a religious person, that all I owe to the root guru. So thus that you are only my hope and you are my shelter, that in whose shelter, under whose guidance and coaching that I have to, as I go from here to the state of enlightenment, that whose parenting in my practice and coaching in my practice, my enlightenment is going to be possible. And with that kind of understanding, that you should work on your devotion and sincerity and devotion and respect to the guru, that you feel so strong inside yourself that you want to merge yourself into the guru. That until that kind of strong feeling comes forth, you should work and meditate here as long as you can. The recitation is not important, but here to have this kind of meditation, a strong deliberation, will be far more beneficial than lengthy recitations.
Pena Sanje Tame, Sanje Be Gumbala Sinja, Tamje, Tunzeg Yori, Ranchigo Tundalada, Be Chale Tization Sha, Pena Sanje Chu Sung, Sung Benan Arazu Pendo Chief, to be Kolodoba Hungu Chu de Sung Yori. Chu de Sung San Yambuto, Yai Jun Zinking Suru, Gala Gansabachania, Tenema, Sanji Dochan, Dojinajima Konamaji Chuidi, Jizan Narubal no shower. Naruba Ju de Nazu Bego, take Minaman Sweden, Millennium Majevache, Teparu let who you are. Maleva, Naruda Bay, Pandimalakana shower. Pandimagia, Pandimatima, Chitani, Tanap Helanazu Yachematuber.
So
Tata Geni Yachile, the Danazula Mos of the Sajik Benga Yusu over the Nanket Zavelamari. Yazaka, Tijaka, Jubelama, Samolo, Nara, Chico, Nachico, Tandalaba, Beche, Machu, Machiki, Zite, Dawaja, and Beganzu, good ever Suruchi. Not good ever Suruchi Resha. There is a Lama Sama, Mojiva Resha, Lama Resha. Lama de Jason Condu Resha. They enter that you go and the Feltus, Nasha, Sansa, Shinyet, Sanoya, which you go Shena, and the Tevada Garden, the Shirat. Tevada Garden, the Abo, go and the Jason Condu, Ben. Perisatasa in somebody which Karin the Trembe, Teva Gumbe, Lama gave Kenneth and Pele, Human Deed and Dalabe, Yaudo Shang Gumanaji, two Zurich, Maburo Isa, two Chimbu Shida, two Zurich and Bemal, Homal Jis Chabe, Lama Martin, around Yajaro, Jaro Chevasurum, Tinegibe, Nova Shajiori.
So now they here try to deliberate very strongly, that the compassion of great Vajradhara and the Buddha himself, that who, in order to save the all sentient beings, especially the sentient being like myself, that he gave the teachings of 84,000 heaps of teachings and so on, especially the most superlative, the teaching of the Heruka and his consort, and teach that mother. And when he taught that teaching, I wasn't around. But still, that he, to make that teaching come direct to me, to maintain it until I receive it, that he came in the form of the Vajra Yogini and then to the Narupa, and that they maintained the teaching, transmission, and without any fraction of it lost. He maintained it and passed it on to the next. But again, the Pamdingu brothers and so on. But again, because of my own ill luck, because of my own ill opportunity, that I was somewhere else and I wasn't around to receive such a wonderful teaching. And in order to make sure that I received this great teaching, to make it possible to channelize right into me, then he came in the form of emanation, one after another, to preserve this teaching, just to for me to receive and make it possible for me to receive it. And he passed it on all the way down to my root guru, who himself is the emanation of all those great beings, that carrying on this teaching from one after another, so that I could receive it. So in fact, all this emanation of all these great beings or lineage gurus, they came one after another in a form of chronicle, that so that this teaching is passed on until I become ready for it, and until I became a right recipient, right candidate, and then he just came here and passing it on to me. So with this kind of strong feeling that now this root guru who coming at my level and speaking the teaching in my level of understanding, transmitting and giving the full transmission of teaching just for me, and him himself being the embodiment of all the Buddhas and so on. So with a strong sense of gratitude for all this effort he put in, so that I become a good recipient of this teaching and do the practices. And his immense kindness to maintain the stream of this teaching through the innumerable number of the emanations coming right down here. And there are strong sense of gratitude for doing so, that we want to get merged with him, and Guru too, that because of his great concern and compassion towards the disciple, which he shared since the beginner's time, and wanting to be oneness with the disciple. So because of this mutual bond of the student's strong devotion and Guru's strong compassion and concern over the student, that there's strong bond of both wanting to merge with each other. Until that kind of forceful feeling happens, you should deliberate.
That is also lama ngani chigine besi be homa nigiton dala tan pele be yawdo chon tan pele kutin be yebelama tizigin duden zene gushu ba yinza daribe tanda rusu gomar bichene tuba gala sudu lama rale tim tabe nge loma de gun be tu zwa chimo sheme zobar bi jene tu de chimo loma la jisu chabe wonge shira tu nyene be la tanye shi saro ni shira gani be lama ya ralma gabu shira jene kode sinti word shin ya te uzu ma shin ni ge ka to le ma bu chi de ju su sa ku zu de ma bu de tong wa zang ge de wa chi bu ji to ge de wa chi me ra xin ge ma bu zi ji qin bu be ni ma dong ge ta be zi ji che ben za bu li pe ta ja dong su se to be be wo zi che de le ji ge be wo chi da wo de chong chu go ma zi ji ju.
So and try to think that Guru too feeling extremely worthwhile, that feeling that I have waited for this disciple through so many chains of the emanations, coming in the form of emanations, maintaining the stream of this teaching, pass one after one emanation to the next, the one emanation to the next, and make sure that it passed right to this disciple, and pass on to the disciple here, right? And then because of that, he feels.
Talamar Jesus Chabe onge de be jisage jutuni ya wo de sho yuzun ma wo de sho ma bu ngo resoma o de lo da la ta yama ma jun yu sho.
So and then because of that, Guru and dissolves, so merge into a very intense glowing red light, and melts the throne into the body, and the Guru himself, they condense into a strong glowing red light, which is so bright, that which could outshine the thousands of sun, and which could light the whole universe, thousands and thousands of universe. There's such a strong glow of the red light, which is the bliss, and just at the glance at it could produce the immense bliss and nature of the great bliss in the form of red light. Guru transforms into that.
This one. Ta jiwen ma timbe. Ta wo chi ju gong zi jie song a. Ta do me ba jie be jie ge wo de ba chung de ju gong jiu jiu gong ce chi jie ma bu le da ge ne xian do ne ma wo ta tu. Dang wa le da ge ne dang we ta tu ba. Zi jie xian do ne chi wa zi jie chung ba me ba. De ne ji le ju ne be tong wa zang ge de wa qin bi xi jie to ba ji le ju ne rang ge jiu ma shu ne. Na ni ni ga ma le wo ne bang yi le ju song sa ba ji.
So now they finally, it just condense and gets smaller and smaller, about the small size of a little bird's egg, and then that is so shiny that it looks the most shiniest, and so much resplendent, the most resplendent, so polished, and so red, the most red, and so on. That just at the look could produce immense bliss, and so that little ball, now it comes on the alights on the crown of one's head, and through the crown aperture merges with slippery palm at the center of your heart.
다 방이도 좋네. 조성아. 다 방이도 좋아다. 한도진에 좀 두 방이 어와. 라신 방이들 방이 라메 두 방이들만 때문에 방이 지도 죄송 삼바지고.
So it transforms into a slippery palm at the heart, and that slippery palm merge into the slippery palm which you have at your heart, and
다 대참 저 동성 사전에 대도 냠버샤고.
so then here becomes you feel very blissful as well as the sense of vacuity, the empty, sense of empty and blissful.
라신 라메 투다 이메도 제니 대동가 라신도 조르니 셈데라 대발 적이는 배 대화 렌지 대화 대참참체 동바지 그 나머지도 샤네 동이 샤서 동성서 로직을 대동이 초대 어디 대동을 냠버샤.
So now the one's mind being inseparable because of virtue, one's mind becoming inseparable with that of the guru, thuk of the guru, or the mind of the guru. Now that a very intense, not intense, great sense of great bliss, and at the same time the empty, the appearance of emptiness. So on this bliss and void that you contemplate for a while.
다딩에 되질라면 내주리 대공자도나 대동공부래 공가지고 저돈 대공거야.
You should contemplate on the bliss and void here, and this is the definitive Guru Yoga. The Nyetun ki laminate, Nyetun as definitive Guru Yoga.
Deva gombate deva longure.
Your contemplation on the bliss is the Sambhogakaya.
Tumba gombate chugure.
Deliberation on the emptiness is the Dharmakaya.
Nama nasu yoya debe nawala dedunga raje yimbala nama nasu sun tawa de chugure.
Though in the form of the bliss and the void, but now not so, which now as appearance, multiple appearance, that is the emanation body or the Nirmanakaya.
대답에 대동이 이시들라 녀모의 시제지바 관계 내 마주바디 뭐냐고래.
So now such a mind of bliss and void, such a mind of the bliss and void, the mind which has both quality of bliss and void, unsoiled by the unstained by true existence, that is the Swabhavikaya. So thus the Guru, who is the embodiment of the all four kayas, that is present in your own mind too. And if you meditate on it, that's really worthwhile meditating.
Oh yeah. That lamination sarre. Nyeda dongda duzinyang tseme lamas angingabad sarche lamination.
So here up to the Guru Yoga, that now we had the sleeping, awakening, tasting nectar, immeasurable, and fifth the Guru Yoga. Now we have covered the 5 yogas. Now sixth, the generation of oneself as a deity. So now it has quite a
주도 제가 말이야. 주지를 제가 주지 생도야. 다다 large beneju ta chinsho saga daje de ali dambo jaji chiwa ba de chiwa su ku so de che meju ta lande to ba che meju da large beneju ta che sa daje sheba cheba la Nimunano. Dagji Jamwa, Dagji Jurua, Jeji Jurua, Sad Jin be Sandi Jisui, then Chimbus with Dajiga Saja Song, there's only your imagine. No one knew Dramato, Sandi Jisung Daji Chimbus Song.
So,
oh yeah.
The generation of oneself as deity. Now we generation of oneself as a deity. Now the essence says Daji as the basis of self to transform that, or the Daji Jangwa, or the purified that.
Jangwa the Jongji Jongji Gun Singwa is a Jangya Karjangwa, when the Daji Jongjut, Jonkan Karaki Jongwaris. Joju Karadu was that Daji Joya. Daje da harche ne bejiring gum jiring goya de sanje ko song ko kodru.
So now in this text it is just the verses are abridged, otherwise it incorporates all the lengthy processes or practices which you find in other deities' practices. Okay, that now what we have to know is that basis what we need to purify, with what we purify, and what we try to actualize, what we try to accomplish.
So
the actual path with which we try to attain the kusum or the three kayas of Buddha, the actual path itself is the Dzogrim or the completing stages. But what we try to purify is the Ki as birth, Chi as death, and Bardo. Those three are what we try to purify. There has never been a change, so there has never been an end. That since in the worldly existence, we take birth, then we die, then again there comes Bardo, then again comes into a birth, then again a death and a Bardo. In this cycle that we remained. In this vicious cycle, there is no end, and that it has been circling. So now if you don't like this cycling or this swirling around, then we have to cut that. And that if we cut any one of them, say if we could cut the bird, or if we could, even if we have to take a birth, but should we not have to die, then if we could bring our conquer in any one of them. So now we are already here, we had our birth. Now we have the death ahead of us. And death ahead of us, as you know from the Lamrim teachings very well so far now, that death as such is certain, and as the death is certain, then do we have assurance that we no longer will have to take a birth? No, because we have committed lots of karma. We have committed lots of karma, and we ourselves are responsible for that karma. And what shall we do? Nobody can be blamed for that, we can't blame anybody for that karma. And since as long as there's a karma, then because under the influence of that karma, yangsi, which means the reputation of the existence is again there. Reputation.
So, true, my shang again.
Those who are ignorant about the teachings, that they know that they have to die, but they don't know that they have to take a birth. So that's why, that they seem to enjoy what they want to, because they do know they have to die, but not about the next. So a person who is on the initial level of motivation or initial scope, that he meditates on the law of cause and effect, and also meditates on the impermanence and death, and knows that death as such is certain, and since that after death one does not cease to exist, and since the law of cause, the effectualness of the law of cause and effect, and he makes being dreaded by the suffering of the three lower realms and so on, then he makes sure that in his immediate next life or lives, the better rebirth, he works for that end. So a personal initial level of motivation, or the lesser kind of person, that he being dreadful of the suffering in the lower realms and so on, and then he does his own practice so that he could have no sufferings in the next life, so that he could be born as human in the next life, and so that he would be happier in the next life, and so on, all his interests, that he prays for the better next life. So that his desire is sincere, his wish is very sincere, because he wants to be born as human, and he is working for it, and that he does, because he's very dreadful. He's really scared of suffering of the lower realms and so on, about which he is quite informed. He knows about. He has good knowledge about that. But if he achieves in his goal of getting a birth as human, then does he really know if he is going to be a better kind of person than now? Or does he know that he will live longer than what he lived this time? Does he know that he will not lose his life about 5 or 6 years of age in his mother's lap, or even earlier? Does he know anything about that once he gets that rebirth or his mission? Neither does he know that he will be born in a place and get sick, and there's a facility like the hospitals and so on to take care of him when sick, or born in a place where such facilities are unknown, and he will have to live with his pain and dripping of saliva around just out of his mouth. Then next, what ahead of him is again the death.
멜루지 레는 거그리 시티지 시고래 니 레는 딜레죠 야가리 시티니 시고래 럽게 병원에 전에 디바빵 교샤다 두드베 추바 럽지네 멜루잘레는 시티 잘레 시고래.
So now that his mission or his whole goal, that is to be born as human in the next life, which could have existed or which he could achieve for about 40 or 50 years or whatever, then again the death he has to face, right? That death comes. Then somebody who would like to have even a chain of human lives after and concentrate and meticulously just do the right acts and so on, then get it, take birth as human 2 times consecutively, then again he will have to meet 2 deaths consecutively. Say he gets 100 human births consecutively, then again a consecutive 100 death is there, right?
That in the Sanloton that Nia call a Tani or Mari. Lotunda, a Geotunda, the Milulian Kachene, Milu Tunda Chile, Shitting Tunda Jishi. Then is in the youngest on the door, Chivareke, Mason Chilung, San Ji to Shiomari, Kake, Payomari. Today is a queer to the Tamidu, some of the time, Shimugochi, the Chimugochi, Sanlotongure. And the Salton Labri Lolo Jone, Shimugochi, Salton, Yana Dajumbachen, Timeri. You're the Yonsomazo. So, Jiva Yonsomama, that Chakati.
Now, so even if one gets the thousands of life, 1,000 times as human consecutively, but there's 1,000 deaths. And again, if one once again has a big fall, and get a rebirth in lower realms, then again caught in the vicious cycle of then nowhere unknown and so on. So thus we don't really see an end to this cyclic existence, the viciousness of this cyclic existence. And then other choice is to, if we want gains arhatship, then arhatship again in terms of the qualification too, that one hasn't gained the full consummation, neither has one has crossed all the faults, all the faults one need to remove, all the obscurations one need to remove.
There are also Larena Jene to a rangi, Dumeshela Badi, Nijigo, Nijil, Jam Nijigo. So, through this kind of contemplation and seeing the how one is caught in such a vicious chain, and then with one's personal knowledge of suffering on oneself, and if you just focus that on the fellow other sentient beings, and we could feel compassionate on their situations as well, and develop their great compassion and love and concern for their predicament as well, and develop the love and compassion for everybody. So, then because of that concern and compassion towards all others, then one chooses to adopt the Mahayana path. The Mahayana path, whether one is going to take up the present Paramidhyana or the Sutrayana, or the Vajrayana, but which is like the main course or the main highway of the Mahayana path is the bodhicitta. To accumulate the most productive or the most effective way of producing the 2 kinds of merit that has to be done through the bodhicitta. 장주 세면은 자세 준비 가제 수나사네 수나 소리 그 말이 동네 가서 공사네 이 시기 소리야 말이.
So without or the lack of the bodhicitta, whatever kind of virtuous activities one try to involve, that does not become a accumulation of the merit of punya sambar, and whatever how hard one meditates on the shunyata or the emptiness, that does not become a jnana sambar or the accumulation of the insights.
다 장주 심디 배 조로 공고 인자 장주 심 생각되게 랑래 자 세자 자치하지 랑도게다 가리 용내 신진의 배로 전에 배 시제 나가 지기 돈다래 이내배 냐와는 중국어연에 같이 매바로 지기배 상로대 당국어요래.
So for that bodhicitta, that bodhicitta, then our respect or regard to the other sentient being, that our regard should be that the sentient beings are more precious than myself, that one's are courageous enough to dare to or bear the suffering of even the hell for the sake of other sentient beings. That kind of courage one has to have.
랑레베 시제 탐제 알라라 시제 지레이네 되게 상동고 인자 시제 탐제 동엘이 두어베 선이레자 드링하베 림버드고 베 텔베 가디르베지 트렌데 토요 삼베베 지 시제 동엘이 두야 될베 시작이 너베 침고래.
So tomorrow is too long that one would choose any way to do it today, that not only for the one sentient beings or even for single sentient beings, that one could that too towards all sentient beings, that one can wait even till tomorrow, but if there's any possibility that to have to get it done today, sense of urgency.
시제 탐제 동엘이 주는 상제 살아 배 레야기 너바데바 제나미르 너바 첨부 너바 녀보 되게 되게 니지고 이자 아니 시제 호란선이 디봉기도 마셴바 상제주 파세레 멜루제레 카부레 되네 이자 고지 제토하면도 다 시제 다지게 되는 제도 산다 시제 사제 살 상제 대지 상제야 되제되리 어디 호란수도 도함도 매주 산 시제다지 상제 살 자동고 산 로타 베드제네 랑 쿠르도 해야지 하섬레.
So that great compassion, that sense, such a strong sense of urgency to eradicate the suffering of sentient being, if one has chances to not having patience to wait till tomorrow, but to wait to get it done earliest possibility, with that kind of great compassion, then I gain knowledge that I need to do that, but because the sentient beings on their own or by themselves, they are unable to do it because they do not know. They do not know about anything about how to avoid themselves committing the negativities, which further put them down into the suffering, and thus they do not even know how to wait to get even a human rebirth on their own. So thus, that as they are unable to take that responsibility on their own, so I should be the one who takes the responsibility, and taking the responsibility of all beings on one's back. That's what we call exceptional thought or the haksam.
다 합상의 조배고도 세자다지 상에 살고 고고인자 수술을 넣어 가르노 그 도바 안도 웬도다나 마토 터요만 고주 켈란 말이 그 고리 된 넣어요 말이 다다 넣으면 상지지 고고 토고리 상지지 고고 토수는 세자다지게 되제 토고요리 대토배 준세 다 상지의 연대신 고리 연대신을 하고 그래 근데 인자 세제도 상지지 토는 마도 세자다지게 되제 토사 말이 So
then, now we have taken the responsibility of all sentient beings. But then, when we assess our own capability, am I able to do that now? am I able to really try to take that, able to do it? Then we find that I'm not able to, then what makes it possible for me to do that? What kind of means will enable me to help the all sentient beings? Then we have to contemplate on the great qualities of the Buddhahood, that knowledge about the Buddhahood and its great qualities then make us realize that without the enlightenment, which is indispensable tool to help the sentient being, then I can't help any, because when with the proper assessment, we found that. So we find that it is indispensable for me to attain the state of enlightenment for the well-beings of others. So that decision to work for that enlightenment is what we call bodhicitta.
다 정신 있으면 되네. 상하가 쳐야 말이야. 대화 전부 인체체 상대던 거. 되면 대화 전부 레어 말이야. 제가 대화 전부 마중나 아니 가론 뱅고 말이야. 너가 되면 뱅고 말이야. 가봐 말이야. 차르. 되네 인자 정신 있으면 돼야. 다 정신 있으면 될라요. 매 신제 그 돈도 사지 고문 루야 돼. 개바 점에 송고 초사고래. 개바 점에 송고 초사발라. 깔레 가바 삼베베 제루산 지주어 말이야. kalya kaze jabun jab samba rabati ineve joguji majuna keba tame suze gogo chuna simje do me pa do ma banyaro ni jigre sam nyawa de yebe simje de ali shen fa member meji la so se ke jab dewa meni sabuyo zugudin chimbuyo.
So without the bodhicitta, as explained just now, that how hard we try to say the mantra, that how hard we try to say certain practices and so on, that let alone that becoming a Tantra practice or anything, that one does not even does not become a Mayan practice, right? So that is the must. Then that we have to work on the bodhicitta, and the bodhicitta, now for attaining the state of enlightenment, which we found with our assessment, our must tool for benefiting sentient beings, and which takes as the collection of merits for as long as 3 immeasurable countless eons and so on. But personally, one is ready to struggle for that long, that without any withdrawal or without any sense of the withdrawal or without any sense of the surrender to anything, without any sense of sluggishness, that one is ready to face it, but can't wait that long, because even at this very moment, there are lots of sentient beings all over the realms, especially like hell, and beings who are crying out the pains of being burned and so on, and the magnitude of their body and magnitude of the pain which we can't stand and which we need to work early as possible.
Penalil Trongchi Chimbu, Maransuve, Trongchi Chia, Mimbu de Kajayuri, Tangaja Todoa, Sinja Dundu Tangaja to Amendua, Ale, Trombachi Tangaja to Amendua, Chudzinji Naga Sinja Dunduja to Amendua, so Nagata Zangu Chimbu Hadarisha.
There are more animals than the human beings. Like the number of the animals can be compared with that of the population of the entire human beings. That we can't even calculate how many numbers of the animals just live in a locality of a town, and not even mention a locality or even on a small, just calculable spot, even in a pond. That how many insects live in that small pond, we really simply can't calculate. There's no way for us to know how many animals or the insects are there inside. Whereas the number of the predators exceed that of the animals, and number of the hell beings exceed much further than the beings as hungry ghosts.
그래서 시제 봐도 매번 제대로 동행이 한지 돼요. 단다. 알리 다른 쇼가 나오는 단다 봐도야. 주저니 소소지 지게 생각을 동행 가서 그냥 차고 말해. 저야요 말해. 다다 도인의 동행다가 냐네 대고 인자 조부 상제지 고봉토네 야네다 지마주나 수수 상제 조네 여름 어디나 시제 동행이 냐네 여름 더지 대고야.
So
어도 상당 거다.
So that now there are incalculable number of beings, and let's just deliberate that how much they could have suffered from this morning till now, that how much suffering they have undergone, most unbearable, right? Most unbearable sufferings they have faced, and then if I worked for the enlightenment personally for that long, then would they be able to wait that long? Could I leave them in suffering for that long, that unbearable suffering?
그래서 단 사제지 고분은 조부터 고부요나 한 조람지라 만도나 개바점에 송구 제님 사제 그베 갈레 칠롱 요 말에 맞어 한 조람지리야 로고고요.
So we urgency of time that we can't wait that long, and then that we have to seek a path which is speediest, which is the speediest towards the enlightenment. So speediest, or the fastest way to get to the enlightenment is the path, secret path, or the path of Mantrayana. And amongst these paths in the Mantrayana, that of the Mahananda Yoga Tantra is the fastest. So we should deliberate or think in such an order, because every one of us present here are the mantrikans, not only mantrikans or tantric practitioners, but tantric practitioners who have committed themselves for the Mahananda Yoga practices.
That's all language Laga dobo, Laga jasimbo, Shamba shön rugo da bena, Shamba ta madu ta tsubo, Tineg chiore. That's a man edition gachena, and it was you so Jeshan Koyore.
So now the course of the Mahananda Yoga Tantra, that course or the way is very rough, and the means of transportation, that horse, is also a very wild one. So the jockey who is going to ride on it has to be very well trained, that unless that he is going to have a big fall and could even lose the life. So now if one is well trained and skilled in the riding the horses, then in a few moments one could cross that course. The paths in the Prajnaparamidhyana is a very wide and expansive ground and very comfortable to tread on. And means of transportation looks for instance like riding on an ox. So that it does not demand too much skill on the part of the rider, because that a means of transportation itself is slow, and it takes time, but one will get there. So now it is said that one who takes the tantric path or Mahananda Yoga Tantra, it is like letting a little child ride on a wild horse, as said, and so thus that we need as a skill, that when we say skilled in riding, the skill we need, the skill we are demand on the rider is the ridership, is the bodhicitta and the one's thorough knowledge into the samumetawa, right view of the profound madhyamika. So with that understanding, with that requirement, now what we try to purify is Jishibadusum, which means the birth, death, and the bardo. So, so now the that we, instead of the death, death, by destroying the death, and what we seek is the Dharmakaya and path with which we are trying to do that. The path which we implement is the clear light practice. So, not having to go through the bardo, as substitution for the bardo, we have to accomplish or actualize the Sambhogakaya. So now when in this practice, when we try to purify the death, birth, death, and bardo, that we don't try to purify that where our understanding of emptiness destroys the grasping of self, that they both being contradictory in their aspect, but we do that with resemblance with each other in the aspect. So now the the instrument with which we destroy them are the with clear light, lucid body, and Yuganada of the Dzogchen, with which we try to destroy them. So thus that we incorporate here the practice but in order to attain that, we have to precede that, or preliminary, we have the accomplishment of the kirim. So now our main knowledge, thus it is very imperative or important for us to know that our process of the death and the bardo and birth and taking of three kayas onto path.
제가 지지바도 숨보다 텀바쯤 고소람 칠고는 다제 지링티체 텔라 랑기시 중화샤의 창용을 이제기시 주로와샤의 진구제초리 이당에 뭐서 진구제초는 제부요 말이 너도 거의 쳐보지 로다베네 조스지요리 드네자 내조 주지마 시온데다 리커도 셰초고레데 알리 지지바도 숨보디 로당데 회체셰이 당에 다바리 시셰데자 신규요르데 다 셰고요는 저래미데 대자더니 셰드마도 다다 니마 또 디제샤 디서로디 신샤 양 디서 요 제자는 yang ga shi ka le kha ga shi pe ma na re sang do.
So now we have to go over this, right, and then taking 3 cars on the path and so on. Now those becomes the integral part of the practice in the developing stages, and more will follow, and so this is very important, and we will have the discussion that talk about more teachings will follow on this, and now time's almost over, and if I make the time available now, I think somebody must have a pains on the knee, or somebody must have to leave.
Da, ich weiß ja.